All right, here we are for day 7 of our 12 days of yoga. I thought I would switch up our view just a little bit. I found the other ones a little bit dark, but I'm working on lighting, I'm working on location, so please bear with me. And if you're just jumping in, we're going to start today in child's pose. So you can go ahead and come into a comfortable position on your knees so your toes are pointed behind you and your arms will reach out in front of you. And then just rest your head fully. Now, just a little tip. If you do have really sensitive knees and the ground where you're working is really sore or painful on the knees, you can always take a blanket. I always keep one by my mat and just put it in the middle across the center. And that's often where you're going to be kneeling. So you can have your knees on it. Reach the arms out in front if that's comfortable. Rest your forehead or sweep the arms around behind you. Now today's practice is about a smooth flow. So allow yourself to come into a smooth breath in and a sighing breath out. That smooth breath in and a smooth breath out. We're just over our halfway point of 12 days, and you may be starting to notice your body craving the movement at this stage or this point in your day. Now, Just Add Water is all about movement and adding that simple flow or fluid in the joints in all places. So just while you're here with your forehead on the mat or on a block, you're just going to roll your forehead side to side, massaging the frontal part of the brain, letting your hips be above your heart, and letting your heart melt and your shoulders drop back. Gradually let your ribs sway a little from side to side, sort of welcoming a little more space in your rib cage and your hips. You might notice you need to walk your hands further forward as you create some little bit of undulations in your middle body. And then pause and be still for a moment here. Follow your breath in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for an instant and then exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale again for that count. And begin to spread your fingers out into the edges of the mat. You'll feel the pinky fingers just touch the edge, maybe to the floor, the carpet. And then you'll lift up in your middle body until you rise with your shoulders over your wrist creases. Your eyes can still be closed here. You'll walk your knees a little more underneath your hips and open up your feet. Toes can stay pointed and simply sway your hips side to side. Now from your pelvis, you'll roll little circles. So your hips to the right, slightly towards your heels, towards the left side, and then forward of your knees. And as if you were tracing a circle using your tail, a little bit of rounding across. And this is where sometimes when the knees are sensitive, having that little bit of extra blanket or cushion or a towel can be really helpful. And a smooth flow Fluid in the joints and the hips, just warming them up. Switch directions, so circle the hips the other way. Keep the eyes between the thumb tips or just above the edge of your mat. And gradually you'll come back to stable at center. Tuck your toes under. Press your hips back towards your heels, but lift your knees into a downward facing dog. You let your head go, give it a nod, yes, a shake, no. Sink back through your heels and bend your knees quite a lot. Take 2 breaths here. Pulling your thumbs towards each other, activating the arms, plugging the shoulders into the arm bones into the shoulder sockets. And then tiptoe your feet all the way to the top of your mat. And at halfway, hands to shins, lengthen forward. And as you exhale, bow inward, chin to chest. Lift halfway, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Be soft in the knees, but strong in your legs. Pull the shoulders back from your ears. Lift halfway, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Now we'll rise all the way up from the feet. Arms can reach forward or out to the sides. And hands to heart center. Exhale. Close your eyes. Building from the ground up. But allowing that watery quality roll through your torso. Bringing together everything from day 1 through day 6 at this stage. And then continuing to grow from there. Set your intention to breathe. Smooth breath in, smooth breath out. And as often as you notice that you've forgotten, bring your attention and awareness back to your breath. Keep it simple. As we move through this simple flow, let your heart and your breath be your focus point. Release your arms by your sides. Open your eyes and sweep your arms way up. Look up, stretch up. And then pull your hips back, forward fold. Bend the knees as you fold, releasing your lower back, chin to chest. Lift halfway, inhale. And step your left foot back, exhale. Lower the knee down. Reach up on your inhale and hands to heart center as you exhale. And from here, interlace your fingers. Press your palms forward. Use the breath in to be tall, and your shoulders on your exhale come away from your ears. We'll make the elbows as straight as comfortable, but feel free to bend the elbows if you need more space. Take the hands up towards the ceiling, and over time, the arm bones come back with the ears. Be mindful that you're not jetting the chin forward to try and get in front of the arms, but working the arms back with the ears over time. Full breath in. Full breath out. Melt a little further into your hips. And then pull with your right hand subtly so the fingers are interlaced and you'll stretch the left side slightly open. Use the left fingers to pull the right hand back to equal. And on your next inhalation, get tall and hold the breath. Turn your body towards the right, and as you exhale, turn a little bit further. So you're in a subtle rotation, and this is where we'll release the arms and bring your left hand down and your right arm up. Full breath in, extension from the heart, spinning your ribs open towards the right side. Your eyes can look down to the side or up towards your thumb. And if you're looking to your lifted arm, close your right eye to see your right thumb with your left eye. If you can't see it, bring it back into view and then spin your ribs a little more open. Full breath in, full breath out. Relax the tension in your jaw and your face, and then bring the right hand down inside your right foot. Now this is where a block might come in handy. Fingertips or palm, arm and knee connect. Rotate to counter, left side open. Your hand across your ribs is an energetic pull. You're not gripping the ribs to pull them, but you're guiding them open. Left arm to reach. Full breath in, hips forward where you can as you breathe out. Take the left hand forward all the way down. Reframe your front foot, and you can either lift the knee or simply place it back into a modified plank. Full breath in. Lower to your belly, forward and down, exhale. Point your toes, lift your knees, lift your heart, cobra. And release down. Tuck the toes, press up and back. Puppy dog, similar to child's pose. Rest the head for a moment. Then lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot forward. Step your left foot to greet it. Lift halfway. And bow in. Press to rise, come all the way up. And hands to heart center. Anchor into your feet. Relax the upper body. And to relax isn't to fully drop everything, but to just soften the skin. To be that watery, fluid inner body. And to let the skin soften like air. Release the arms. Sweep up, inhale, look up, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. And step your right foot back. Find that lunge, knee comes down, arms come out. Hands to heart, exhale. Check in with the breath, nice and tall. Interlace the fingers the opposite way you did last time. And then press the palms forward. And rise the arms up. As soon as we place the body into a unique position, the breath can sometimes get stuck. And our focus here is just to breathe into the tight space and then soften the exhalation, which is actually a powering into strength. Reach up on your next in-breath and hold the breath at the top and rotate towards your left side. As you rotate, once you reach a point of pause, exhale and go a little further. Then release the arms. Right hand will come down, left arm up. Little simple twist. And when we hold a position in space in asana, move the breath inward and then outward. So as you breathe in, it'll feel as though balloons inside you are expanding space. And as you exhale, there's a softening without losing that space. We want to keep opening wider and wider. Take the left hand forward, all the way down inside your left foot. Hand on a block if it's there. Knee to arm connect. Right hand to your left ribs. And then slide the hand along the ribs, open to the right. And reach up. Often here our hips will pull back if they're tight, and let your work be to just slide smoothly forward. Bring your right hand down to the mat and shift the block out. You can lift the back knee to step into a plank, or simply keep the knees down, take a breath, and lower right to your belly. Point the toes, simple cobra. Think heart first, toes press second. Lift the back of the head, chin in to release. Tuck the toes, hips back and up, puppy dog. Into downward dog. Take your left leg to the sky. Inhale. Step it forward. Exhale. Bring your right foot to greet your left. Lift halfway. Forward fold. Press to rise, come all the way up. And hands to heart center to reset. Sweep up on your inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift. And step your left foot back, this time to warrior one. So heel comes down, heart leans forward, then arms come up. We set our gaze, looking forward, bend the elbows out to the sides, and then down by your sides. So you're in airplane wings. Airplane wings tend to feel as though they're straight out. They're actually down by the hips. In those airplane wings, lean forward ever so slightly and pull your left hip along with it. Right hip drives back, and you gaze over your right big toe. See if you can make that toe glow, the power of your mind. And then start to straighten your front leg on your inhale. And then lift by pushing off your back toes. Lift your left heel and turn so the toes and knee point forward. Ready to take off, we bend the right knee and we float over the right leg. The length of the fingertips reach back and the crown of the head forward. And we breathe for 3. Back leg just a little higher for 2. And then feet together, stand tall. Inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift. Drop the hips, right foot steps back, heel comes down. Set the feet, reach the heart, then scoop the arms up. You have time. Take the time with every breath. Bend the elbows left and right. Take the arms down by your sides, but shoulders roll back. Try not to pinch the shoulders back, but keep an even front to back body connection. Hinge forward just enough. You'll feel your right calf muscle sort of engage. If you have a mirror or you have your screen, use it for feedback. Gaze at your big toe, and then pick up your back heel and square the hips. Most of the weight now is in this left leg, so we keep transitioning by leaning forward and then rising up. You can keep your toe to tap or float to parallel to the earth. For 3, for 2, sweep up, feet together, and bow forward, exhale. Lift halfway, and step your left foot back, this time to warrior 2. Heel comes down, arms cartwheel front to back. Eyes over fingertips. 3 breath here. We'll go straight leg, look up, reach up. Exhale to float into the depth of your warrior 2. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale to float in a little further. Last one. Now from here, we take the back hand to come forward, which will square the shoulders, pick up your back heel, and we step back to 3-legged dog or downward dog. Lower the right foot if it's lifted, high plank, breathe in. Lower halfway or all the way. You're working with halfway, just 2 inches. Flip the feet, lift the knees, lift the heart. Rolling up and back to downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. Step the right foot forward. Step the left foot to greet it. Lift halfway, breathe in. Bow forward, breathe up. Press to rise, come all the way up. And let's go right back down. Exhale, full breath out. Halfway lift. And right foot steps back. Starts with a lunge, spin the back heel down, cartwheel right arm, then left. Like you're traveling between two walls. Like if your mat had walls that extended upward, you're between those walls. For 3 breaths, look up, straighten the front leg, inhale. Exhale to melt in. Letting tension dissolve down into the earth. Inhale up. Exhale through. One more. Take the back arm to come forward, cartwheel the hands down, pick up the back heel. When you're in your lunge, you might have fingertips or one palm, then the other, 3-legged dog to downward dog. High plank, breathe in. Knees up or down, exhale low. Maybe to the floor to cobra, or roll over your toes to up dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Left foot steps forward. Right foot to follow. Halfway lift, breathe in. And bow it out. Toe heel the feet together and come all the way up to standing. Hands to your heart. Inhale, lift the right knee in front. Exhale, open it to the side. I'll turn to the side so you can see, and then we place the foot to the calf or the ankle, or assist it higher to the inner thigh, but avoiding the knee. Find your breath. Trail with it here. Keep the breath moving. Take your arms up. Stretch up, reach up out of your waist. Bring the hands back to heart center. Bring the knee forward and your right foot to the earth. Bend both knees, reset. Anchor through the right foot. Bend the left knee, lift it up in front. Open to the side. When you open it, just watch you're not twisting your hips. Place the foot to the inner thigh, calf, or ankle. Take your eyes up. Naturally, where our eyes go, our energy follows. So as you're extending up out of your waist, also remember to anchor back down through your right foot by pulling the shoulders back into your torso. Bring the hands back to center. Bring the knee forward and your foot to the earth. Sweep up, inhale. Sitting into chair pose, Utkatasana, exhale. For 3. Sit a little deeper for 2. On 1, forward fold, release the legs. We'll step back onto our knees. And you can either cross at your ankles and roll onto your seat or sweep your legs around in front. As we transition back onto our sitting bones, we'll take our left foot out and the right ankle across the left, above the knee. Hands come back behind you. We'll do a simple figure 4 here. So as the left foot comes closer to flat, often we round. So use the arms. Use the lift in your heart and use your breath to access a little more space in your hip. Now to let the heart come more forward, think about pulling your ears back. When your ears come back, your ribs will come up. If we let the head hang forward, our ribs will drop back. You can bend the elbows if you like. You can stack the bones, be nice and tall. You can also walk the hands in if there's some space there. Eyes can be open or closed. If they're open, just gazing over the right shin softly, relaxing the jaw and breathing fully. Not only are we stretching the right hip, but through the breath, we're elongating the muscles of the spine. When we breathe, our lungs are opening and closing. We're pushing into our intercostal muscles. There should be movement in our diaphragm and in our rib cage as we breathe. Lean back just a little further, slide your left leg out, and switch up your legs. Right leg down, left foot comes up and across. Open the knee to start. You can stay here if it's enough. I like to lean back quite far to start. Pull the foot in first, and then sit up into that little bit of draw pressure to the outer hip. Now, if you're really tight and the knee feels really in towards your chest, you can manually help to open it. No twisting of the knee, just in that femur. You might stretch the leg in front of you a little further away. But if you're seeking more space, you can always bring your hips closer to your heel. But ultimately, in a smooth flow, we want enough space to breathe smoothly in and smoothly out. So we're clearing the cobwebs on this Friday. Friday midday, if you're still working, you're working from home, this is a great way to just break up your day, give you some more life and energy through your breath for the rest of your day. And lean back slightly, stretch your right leg out, stretch your left leg out, a little tap out. Place your feet flat and go ahead and roll onto your back. Now as you roll back, walk your feet in until you can touch your heels with your fingertips. Bend your elbows, tuck your shoulder blades. So when you bend the elbows, push into the elbows till your ribs come off the floor and squeeze the shoulders underneath you, and then rest your ribs back down, and you'll have stacked the ribs on top of your shoulder blades. You can keep your hands here. Imagine you're holding a little box over your belly, maybe a gift wrapped. Press down and lift your hips up towards the sky. Lift the chin slightly off the chest. Take a full breath in, a long breath out. Your hands can reach underneath. They might clasp one another. If they reach, straighten at the elbows to your best moment here as you push your pinky fingers towards the floor. Lift your hips a little higher to the sky for 3. For 2. And release your hands and trickle your spine back down to the floor. Now in this case, we're keeping it short, 30 minutes, so you could do another set of that if that calls you. Otherwise, take your legs to the sky for a little waterfall. You can take your hands under your tail for a little lift if that helps. Sometimes the lower back needs a little bit of support. You could put a towel or a blanket there. But stretch the legs up and then just shake your legs. Give them a full shake out. It's been a busy week. You've had a lot going on. Your feet, your legs have carried you through most of it. Shake, 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 shake. Faster, faster, faster. Take a big breath in. And then pause. Feel the energy in your feet, your legs, flushing back into your torso. As you bend your knees really slowly towards your chin, let your heels gradually come down towards your tail. Then let one foot or both, one at a time or together, come to the floor. Slide your hands out from underneath. Walk your feet just to the outer edges of your mat. Knees are still to the sky. And you can open your arms into cactus if there's not a lot of space, or straight out left and right. And just sway your knees like the wind blows in the trees. Close your eyes. You can let the knees go as far or as shallow in this rotation as you choose. Let it be an invitation of releasing your neck, your jaw, your chest, your ribs, your hips, right down to your feet and your ankles. Where you feel you've rinsed the knees side to side, like windshield wipers in the car, you've cleared the windscreen, you've cleared your view. Come back to center and stretch the legs long. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms open, feet apart. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it. Relax your shoulders, your jaw. Exhale fully. Eyes closed. 2 more. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Full audible sigh. Take as many of those as you need. And simply release here. And if you have more time and space here to stay, do so. There's no need to rush or run off unless there's something calling. And as you feel it's time to awaken, you'll do so with the breath first. Recognition of the life force that flows in and out of you. Walk your feet in, stretch your arms overhead, and just roll onto one side. Cradle your head for a moment. Let fall away anything that's no longer serving. And gradually you'll press your way back up with eyes closed. Find the top of your mat. Cross your legs. Bring your hands to greet at your heart. Bringing the smooth movement back to the body and the mind often takes areas that are a little choppy and jagged, because when we're not clear, to get clear, we need to move it around. Take 30 minutes every day, as often as you can. Redo this practice anytime, and allow yourself space to release and move into the present state that you're in now, to think more clearly and to move more freely. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me live today. If you're doing this as a recording, also good on you for getting it done. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for day 8. Dun, 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 dun.